What is up, guys? My name is PocketCraft, and welcome back to the Minecraft Pocket Edition Survival Guide. So for what to do today, I really had a toss-up between the plans. Originally, I was thinking I wanted to start enchanting today and do my introduction video to enchanting, teach you guys all about how that works. And I have a really cool build idea for the enchantment setup. It's pretty lofty, especially for my build skills, but I want to try and do it, challenge myself a little bit, see if we can get it done. However, after AFKing at the iron farm, which worked great, by the way, got a ton of stuff, I came back, and somehow I think a creeper or something had gotten through the portal. So I hopped through the portal, and immediately the creeper blew up. He blew up the walls that protected me from everything in the Crimson Forest, as well as destroying my gold armor. So I immediately got hit by a creeper blast, and then like 10 piglins attacked me immediately. So I died super fast, needless to say. And so I was at like level 25, which I got back to that, luckily, a lot quicker than I thought I would while I was trying to trade up some stuff, which now I have some gold armor. I mean, not gold, diamond armor. But we'll get fully kitted out probably within the next episode or two. But because I got pushed back, I decided that we'll wait one more episode before we go into the introduction to enchanting. And today we're going to kind of just go ham on farms. And so there's one that I've been wanting to do for a while, which is the first one we're going to start off with, is a wool farm. And this is kind of the basics of it. And I'll have a tutorial up that I can link above right now on how to actually do this step by step. But it's pretty simple. Basically, a dispenser full of shears. There'll be an observer down here. We'll be able to tell when the block gets changed. And then the sheep will get sheared. There'll be a minecart with a hopper down here that'll pick up all the wool. And so there's a couple reasons I want to do this. One, it's another thing I can trade with villagers, but also, right, my goal for the season is to get better at building. So I want to build some cool stuff. And wool provides some cheap, easy, farmable materials that you can build with in just about every color. And so I'll definitely expand this. I'll probably do a couple of these, but for today, I think 8 is plenty. And I don't even know if I have enough different colored sheep to fill it up, but I might do duplicates of some of the more common ones like white and black. So I'm going to start off with the sheep farm, and I'm going to go pretty much finish this and fill it up because it won't take me that long to do. So I'm going to do this off camera, bring in some sheep. I'll show you that when I'm done. Exciting news, however, I did actually, just as I was setting up for this, I saw a pink sheep out in the wild, which is like super rare. And so I caught it and put it into the pen, and I'm going to put it in here. But I thought that was pretty cool. I want to tell you guys about that because that's rare, and that's something that we're going to have in here. Because I don't even know. I'm sure there's pink flowers, but I don't think I've seen them very often. But anyways, I've been yammering for too long. I'm going to go do this wool farm, and I'll come back and talk to you about the next farm I want to build today. So as you can see, the wool farm is complete for now. It's a lot smaller than I think I realized it would have been, and so I think I'm definitely going to add on to it. I want to get a lot more colors. I even have more colored dye that I didn't get to use. Part of that was I accidentally, you can see this guy right here, how it worked on him. I got him in here. He was the last one, and I should have dyed him before I put him in, but I put him in, and he immediately ate the grass. And the issue is, I didn't know this before, but you can only dye a sheep when their wool is, like, full, when it isn't cut like it is right here. And so since he immediately got cut, I wasn't able to dye him. So now I'm just going to have 2 white sheep in here, which, I mean, I don't really have an issue with because one of my villagers over there that trades for wool, I have one that trades white wool, one that trades black wool. So having extra white wool won't be an issue. Not to mention, it's probably one of the ones I'll use most often in building, and it's the one I have in mind for one of the future farms I'm going to build. I have a fun idea to make things look good, but it works really well. Just as I've been setting up for the other farm, I've gotten all of this wool. Now, obviously, the white's going to be a lot more because there's 2 of them, and the black was the first sheep I put in, so some are a little more than others, but should even out as it goes along. But it gets a lot. It's a pretty productive farm, so I'm really happy with it. So that's that farm, and I have the tutorial for that once again that you guys can check out. But next up, what we want to build, well, I'm going to have to go to bed really quickly because it's nighttime. But the one that I want to build next is a automatic sugarcane farm. And so sugarcane is something that you need, quite a few things. It's a pretty good thing to have a lot of because it makes paper and you can trade it with a lot of villagers. There's a lot of good you can do with it. You need paper for rockets as well, which rockets is something we'll hopefully have to be getting some in the pretty soon in the future. If we're going to the end soon, we'll hopefully get a Elytra soon. And so that's kind of how you fly around. But I don't really need, like I was saying, a whole lot of paper right now, right? Like I don't really have any needs for it besides with my enchantment setup I'll need some. But besides that, I don't really have a huge need for paper at the moment. However, my kind of vision for the industrial area here that I'm talking about, the reason I'm doing things the way I am is the awesome thing about it, and I just super misclicked. I'm sorry. When I'm talking to you guys, my skills go out the window, but that's all right. So what I was saying is the reason that I really like what I'm doing with this industrial area is because even though I don't need this right now, and this is not the most efficient sugarcane farm you can make, it's actually fairly inefficient, but it's pretty easy to make, and so I'm going to go for it for now, and I can make a more efficient one later. But the reason I'm okay with making a not super efficient sugarcane farm at the moment, one, I don't need a ton, but the beauty of this area, the reason I want to have, like, my vision is to have as many different types of farms in this area as possible without, like, destroying the game, because that might be quite a lot on my little old iPhone. But the great thing about it is that I will be sitting here, right? So say I don't need sugarcane right now, but if I need crops for trading with villagers or just for food, or if I need more wool for building blocks or whatever, right? If I'm over here for that, then this farm will also be active. And then when I'm here, when I do need sugarcane, I'm AFKing for that, these farms will also be active. So the beauty of it is, ideally, right, like, I won't even have to come AFK just for sugarcane, because after AFKing for other things, I'll hopefully have a big enough stockpile of sugarcane that I don't really have to worry about it anymore. Oh, and I misclicked the last one. That's annoying. But that's my goal, right? And so I may have to end up doing a better sugarcane farm for you guys in the future, or for me, I guess, as well, building a better one. But for the moment, I think this will be fine. And I actually have a YouTube short on a really efficient, actually, semi-automatic sugarcane farm. If you have a good amount of bone meal, you can get a lot of sugarcane from it really fast. So I'll link that above too if anyone wants to check that out if you don't like this one right here. Although I'm basically doing a tutorial for you guys with this one, so I don't have to do a separate video of this, but it's pretty much done already. I did some of it on its own. Sugarcane, like I've talked about earlier, needs to be next to water, so that's why it's right here at the water. Then I just have a hopper minecart under here, and I have glass in the middle here because with pistons, sometimes it can go all over the place when it breaks things. So I'm going to put blocks around to block it, so it should get picked up no matter what from our hopper minecart down here going into a chest. Got a hopper there pointing in. And then the last step I need to do is add some redstone dust along here. The issue is, though, I don't know what block to put here to make it look good. So my pattern is kind of, I've done a lot of stone. This isn't stone brick. What? Smooth stone, that's what it's called. I couldn't remember the name of the block. I've done a lot of smooth stone, and so I guess I can do more of that, although I don't have enough to finish, actually. But I don't know if that's going to look good or if that's going to look weird to have just like a smooth stone line right there. It looks a little weird. I'm going to have to try and find a way to make that look better. I also need to find a way to make this look better because this looks pretty ugly. So I'll have to figure out a way because I do want this area to look nice, right? Like I talked about how I want to make things look nice this season instead of just doing functionality, which is what I usually always do. And so I'm going to try and get that done. And I think if I have the redstone dust here, this should work fine. We'll have to see. I'm not sure if this is completely everything, but I think this is about all I need for this to work. But we can add more to it later. And so I'm actually going to run out of blocks here in a second. I'm not going to have enough blocks to finish this. And so I'll have to go get more blocks and go finish this. But I guess I'll just talk about some other things I have planned for today. I'm thinking I want to work on that because that farm is broken. The bottom works great. The potatoes works perfectly. No issues at all. You get a ton of potatoes. In fact, we can go look over there right now. I guarantee there's a ton of potatoes in here, right? And so go over just while building. Already, that's 6 stacks and a little extra of potatoes. So that part works awesome. The beetroot, however, does not work at all. And so I don't know if it's because there's a nitwit in there. I don't know if it's because of just the farmer villager. There's something wrong with him. I think there's something wrong with that farmer villager, but I'm not really sure. So I'm actually going to replace both of them. I'll start with the nitwit. Then if that seems to make it work, then it'll be fine. If not, I'll replace the farmer as well. And that might actually be done off camera just because it might be a little boring to watch me just move a villager around for a little bit. But that's what I'm going to do there as well. And then we'll see where we're at. We might be able to get some other stuff done today. But we're working pretty good on the industrial area here. I want to do more work here, but I want to get to the end first, right? Because a lot of this will be easier after we have shulker boxes. Plus, I've been teasing the end for a while, and I don't want to tease it a ton, and then it takes forever for us to get there. Because you guys might be excited about it. That's a fun part to watch, fighting the dragon and searching end cities. That's all fun. And so hopefully we'll get there soon. I think really probably only, I don't want to say a limit just in case I'm off, but I think probably we'll do enchanting next time and then probably prepare for the end and then go to the end, and we'll have a lot of that done. And then after that, I want to work a lot more on the industrial area. There's a couple buildings I want to add. We really need a stable because I have all these horses and stuff, and I'm just like lining them up on my house, if you look. And I want to get some alpacas and stuff too. So there's a lot of extra stuff we need to do. I think my mule actually broke free. Would you look at that? Good timing. We'll come bring him back. But I'm going to do a little bit of that off camera, and I will see you guys back in just a second. Quick interjection. There's a couple things I wanted to share with you. One, I realized we haven't talked about the wandering trader yet. So this guy, he just appears around the world like whenever, and you can trade with him. You can trade emeralds for, he has a different list of things he can have. It's usually different every time. But I saw he has melon seeds, so I actually want some of those because I don't have any of those. But another great thing about the wandering trader is you can kill him, and if you kill him, he'll drop 2 leads. And now I usually like going for it, but I don't have a sword. And the alpacas will spit on you when you kill them. But I don't really need the leads because I have plenty, so I won't do that right now. Even though sometimes it's tempting. He can be a little bit annoying, but we'll leave him there. So you know that just for future reference. And one other thing I want to show you really quick is I realized I kept talking about smooth stone, but I didn't teach you guys how to make smooth stone. So to make smooth stone, you put cobblestone in a furnace and it makes normal stone. Or if you have a silk touch pickaxe, you can just mine stone and it'll be stone. And then you put the stone in a furnace and it turns into smooth stone. So some of you guys may have already known that. Some of you might not have, but now you all know. And so now that you guys know that, I'm going to get back to work on finishing that farm and starting on the other ones. So I'll show you guys the farms in just a second. But I decided I'm going to go ahead and buy the fancy pickaxe. And so I wanted to make sure you guys saw that. But while I'm here buying the fancy pickaxe, I actually have enough to buy a diamond helmet as well. And so I'm going to do that. And it's just unbreaking too. So it's not the best enchantment, but not terrible either. And so we'll put that on, and now we are halfway full of diamond armor, just a little bit more. We'll have to get another armor villager to get the opposite ones. It's all right, we'll take care of that. But now I want to show you guys what I have been up to. And the main reason I got the fancy pickaxe, I guess I should explain. So I decided I'm going to add another level to the farm, right? So we have our potatoes on the bottom, beetroot in the middle, which I did fix, by the way. It was just something wrong with the previous farmer villager. I don't know what it was. But I fixed it, which I'm super excited about. Now we can start trading beetroot as well. But I decided I'm going to do bread, well, I guess wheat on top, which will just give me bread. As you can see, it is working. And the reason I want to do that is because it's just a good food source, and it's like free. And so if I'm going to be over here anyways, I might as well add wheat to the mixture because it's not that much extra work. And I'll do that, and then I'll be able to get a bunch of bread to use. But there's one thing I wanted to teach you guys in case some of you don't know what Silk Touch, the enchantment, does, right? So Silk Touch, obvious, it leaves blocks how they are, right? So if I break a dirt block with Silk Touch, now it's a grass block instead of just dirt because there's grass on top of it, which that alone is cool. But the part that I'm excited for, the reason I got what I did, is because I can get glass now. I can break glass and keep the block. And so I wanted to do that before I do this because glass is expensive for me. I don't have a whole lot of sand around, and so it takes quite a while, and I don't have a lot of coal either. And so I decided I'm going to do that. So I'm going to add this extra layer of wheat here, and I'll bring you guys along for a couple times, probably throughout the process, maybe just at the end. Not really sure yet. I'll bring you guys back, and we'll go from there. All right, I did it. It is finally done, and it took forever to test to see if it actually worked because it was just taking a while for them to get fully grown and sit over. So I've been sitting here waiting to show you guys for a little while, but I guess I didn't give you a very good look there. That's my bad. All business. Nah, just kidding. So, this is what it looks like. Looks pretty much the same as all the other ones, but with wheat. Got a little stonemason over there who I'm going to have to get a normal one of those because I forgot you can trade for bricks at the first level. So I'd like to get one of those in my trading hall. But, as you can see, 3 bread. I'm also starting to get seeds now. Don't really know why, but I'm not complaining. I can put those in a composter setup to get some bone meal. So that'll be sick. But that is that. There's now a bread farm here as well, so I can get crops to trade, and I can get a food source as well. It's ready to eat. This is pretty slow, like I said. Only got up to 20 now, but that's not terrible. That's pretty good. This is doing pretty well on the other hand. I've tried to set these out like this, but apparently it doesn't work like that, so now I just look dumb. But I'm going to do this because that's going to bother me if they're not all symmetrical-ish. But this is working pretty well. This is a lot of wool. If I were to AFK here overnight, I think I'd be pretty set. So I'm pretty happy with that. But that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please show it by giving a like. And I'll catch you guys all in that next video.